The Border Gavaskar Trophy series has been one that unfortunately was dominated by talk about one thing and one thing only: the pitches. Yes, some of the cricketing action was good, albeit a little short, but throughout the series, all you heard about were pitches, and perhaps none more so than the Indore pitch, which was, of course, given a poor rating by the ICC as well as some demerit points. But the BCCI have now officially lodged a complaint or have appealed the decision to rate the pitch poor, and as it turns out, they do have some chance of success. Why is that the case? That's exactly what we're going to be explaining in this video to you guys. Now, before we talk about why it is that the BCCI has some chance of success, let's go over what led us here. Now, remember, the Indore pitch had been given a poor rating by the ICC, and the BCCI had, there were plenty of news reports suggesting that there would in fact be a process lodged to actually, appeal that rating. Now it's officially happened. They have appealed the verdict, and what had happened was that usually speaking, you have until a certain amount of time to be able to appeal, and that's about 2 weeks after the match ends. This time they had until March 17th to lodge the appeal. As we know, today is March 15th, and thus the appeal has now been done and dusted. And the real question is that, previously they had, of course, talked about it. Now the formal process is done. How much chance do they have really of success when it comes to getting this overturned? Well, there is recent precedent to suggest that they may actually have a case to get that rating overturned and get the demerit points taken away from Indore. Why? Well, because as I said, there is already a precedence, and you have to look no further than the Rawalpindi test that took place just at the end of last year between England and Pakistan. Now, that pitch too was given a poor rating, and the reason it was done so is because it was an absolute road of a pitch that offered absolutely no assistance through bowlers, didn't break up in the slightest, and generally speaking was not in, didn't offer up an even contest. However, the PCB did in fact end up appealing it, and successfully so. It was overturned, the poor rating. The reason they gave was that because the result of the match was still a positive one. It wasn't played out as a draw, but the match, despite being on a rather poor pitch, did end up getting a result. So the rating was in fact overturned by the ICC. Now, Indore, as we said, pitch was unplayable. It lasted less than 2.5 days, and despite all of that, we still ended up getting a result. So the thinking here by the BCCI is that there is some confidence within them that they can get it overturned, because at least the Indore pitch, as it was, produced a result and therefore shouldn't be rated poor. Now, there's of course another reason why they'd want to get that demerit points overturned, because the system works as such is that over a 5-year period, if you get say 5 demerit points, then you get a 1-year ban for that particular venue. Indore got 3 demerit points, and if the appeal is successful, those demerit points will also be overturned, and there won't be any real threat of a ban, because again, if you need 5 demerit points, you already have 3, you're walking on very thin ice. But if the appeal is successful, well, those 3 demerit points go away as well, and Indore can start from 0 once again. Whether or not it's successful, as I said, that remains to be seen even now, but you can understand why it is that the BCCI are confident that it can be overturned, and hopefully we'll have an update on this soon enough. Thank you guys for joining us in this particular video. If you enjoy our work over here at Sports Today, please don't forget, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, let us know in the comments how you feel. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTech app as well, and if you're still on the channel, go ahead and check out some other videos that we've done. For now though, from my side, goodbye.